Hi everybody and welcome to the XYZ of Betting. I am Kevin Ferguson, got Ollie Keohane, and I got Shakes Rampedi in the house. Let's see if we can make sense of this Christmas time. Let's try and make sense of a Premier League that's gone crazy. Let's start with our predictions. Wolverhampton at home to Chelsea.
Yep. So it's Wolves going up against Chelsea. I don't know. Wolves have, for some reason, this season have sort of disappointed. They were playing against Aston Villa at home over the weekend, and I would have thought they were going to win it straight outright. And when you're watching the game, there were times where Aston Villa was getting chances. Wolves got chances as well, and I think that Raul Jimenez injury is a huge, huge loss because they don't have a focal point per se. So with regards to this game, I have bad news for Wolves fans. I'm going to say Chelsea wins this one 2-1.
Yeah, Shakes, you said you're watching the Wolves game and you think you should beat them, and I don't know, I didn't have the same feeling. I kind of went into that game thinking Wolves have done nothing to warrant that feeling this season. And yeah, I think Chelsea are going to be very disappointed with dropping their great form against Everton, and I think they're going to club Wolves 3-1.
Wolves 3-1. Yeah, look, you can't sell the sort of talent that Wolverhampton Wanderers have sold and expect to have this and have the same expectations on the league. You know, they're rooted in 13th place. Look, they're only 8 points out of first place, which is probably closer than they were last year. So, you know, this is a different league this year. You know, a win will take them up to 5th place if all the results go the right way. But Chelsea will hammer them 3-0. I really think that Chelsea's not going to have back-to-back bad games, and I'm going 3-0 Chelsea victory. Next up is an easy one. You got 27-1 odds on West Brom beating Man City.
I'd just like to say I think Burnley's odds against Arsenal this weekend were I think 13-1, and Fulham's odds against Liverpool were 18-1. So weirder things have happened.
Yeah, it's not going to happen here. I got Man City 5, West Brom 0.
Yeah, look,
that's very close to it. I'm also going to have to say Manchester City. I think even if I probably will look at the odds on Betway and see what the handicap is like and give -2 Manchester City win perhaps and see what the odds are like for that.
Yeah, I reckon 3-0 to Man City. That's my call.
Yeah. Arsenal versus Southampton. Maybe the bookies know something, as Ollie said, that we don't. 3.21 on Southampton looks like a good bet to me.
Look, guys, honestly speaking, Arsenal are in turmoil, and if they can't even beat Burnley at home, you doubt they're going to even beat Southampton at home. And the way Southampton is and the form that they're in, Southampton will be licking their lips, guys. And honestly speaking, I think that Southampton straight win. 3.21. Let's go. Southampton winning 2-0 against Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. I don't see Arsenal scoring. I mean, I think they've scored one Premier League goal this season, and it was a penalty. This month, and it was a penalty from Aubameyang. Southampton look on form. Danny Ings back, huge for them. 2-0 as well.
Well, what do you say about Arsenal that hasn't been said, you know? They are atrocious. You as an Arsenal fan, you look like Des Van Rooyen just been given the financial portfolio of South Africa, but you look confused and scared.
Without a doubt, Kevin, without a doubt. Yesterday was one of the worst feelings to have to see the result, and you've just lost all hope for the season. Season is done. Can't even score a goal. Players are getting sent off. Players don't care. Managers starting to get exposed a little bit. The owners too. So there's a lot that is going on.
Other than that, it looks pretty good.
Yep, I'm just enjoying the season now. I'm not watching them as my football club. I'm just enjoying the season.
You know, there's an old adage in betting. If a team keeps telling you that they're that bad, they probably are. And that's for Arsenal. They scored 4 goals in their first game. I think they've scored 6 since. I mean, they really couldn't. You know, they couldn't they couldn't score on anybody. I like Southampton 2-0 in this game. A result I would have never predicted at the beginning of the year if I was looking at the season unfolding. But they've got guys that are now under suspension for red cards. They're ill-disciplined. They can't score. They've got nothing going for them. And the worst thing that they've got going for them is a lack of confidence. You know, they've got absolutely zero confidence. There's frustration creeping in there. And they're playing a Southampton side that's not too bad.
Yeah.
You know, and well capable of putting them away. And the bookies have got this wrong. I'd have to bet on Southampton, and I probably will. I like the 3.21 for the away team, so I'll be having a little punt on that. Next up, we got my team, Leeds United, against Newcastle at 4.52. I'll tell you what, I love Newcastle at 4.52. Leeds. Yeah, you're getting some overvalue on Leeds now because Leeds look pretty good, and they took the lead against Chelsea, and I think they took the lead against West Ham.
Yeah.
You know, taking the lead, starting the race out of the blocks well, and coming second is not the thing I want to bet on. At 4.52, I like Newcastle, but say as a value bet. Saying that, I like this game to end in a draw, a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, in full agreement with you there. Leeds to score early, Newcastle to bring one back.
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah. The only thing Leeds got going for, but because Leeds' defense is atrocious. You know, they just look terrible in defense. So it's a matter of and Newcastle doesn't concede a lot of goals, but it also doesn't score a lot of goals.
Decent bet on Leeds as first team to score, potentially.
Yeah, potentially. What do you think, Shakes?
Yeah, no, I think you guys are definitely right in terms of Leeds. I think fatigue is starting to show with them, eh? They start off really well, and then against West Ham, they were defending towards the end, and you could just see it coming. And I think a good bet on this one is both teams to score, which on Betway is rated at 1.73. I don't think that's bad. I think both teams will eventually score. And I think Newcastle don't have the same quality as West Ham, so I'll agree with Kevin here and say 1-1.
Okay. We've got an interesting game up next. We got Leicester versus Everton.
Tough.
Yeah, toughest one of the week.
I reckon if you're going to be betting on that, it's got to be both teams to score. Without a doubt.
That's wonderful. Can you tell us who's going to win?
I can't. That's why I'm telling you that. I think I like Leicester to still pull it through. Solid showing this weekend. I think they are the better side than Everton still. I like a 2-1 to Leicester.
Okay. Shakes, what are you thinking?
Yeah, look, a decent game. I think Oliver's right in terms of both teams scored definitely on this game. I think I would love to check the odds for anytime goal scorer on Calvert-Lewin and Jamie Vardy on that one. I think two separate bet slips, both of them getting on the goals, perhaps that would be great. And I'm going to go with the surprise and say Everton to win this one 2-1.
Wow. I'm going to go for a draw on this one. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think there'll be lots of goals. I think that it'll be a very entertaining game. Both teams can score. And, Leicester haven't looked the best at home this year.
Yeah.
So I like Everton to go away and get a result, at least a draw here. So one of us will pick up a point in that game. We got Fulham versus Brighton and Hove Albion. How much should we read into Fulham's game against Liverpool? They look pretty good against Liverpool, but Liverpool looked like their mind was at the Christmas table.
But Fulham's got fans again, right?
What's that? Pardon me?
Kevin, you were asking the question to say how much do we read into their performance against Liverpool? A lot. And they played really well. They performed really well. They held Liverpool for such a long time. And also they had their chances. Alisson making saves. They kind of showed that win against Leicester was no fluke. And I'm going to go with Fulham to win this one, actually 2-1.
Yeah, I like Fulham at home too. But like you said, there's some performances that you don't read into because it's a fluke. I think like Aston Villa's won over Liverpool, but there are performances that you do read into. And you're right, Shakes. I'm liking a 2-0 for Fulham at home.
Okay, Brighton have performed pretty well all year. and we're lucky in some of the results. I think they'll target this game, go in and look and say we can win this game. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Brighton victory for me. Then we have probably the game of the week or the game of this round: Liverpool versus Tottenham.
Something tells me a draw here.
Oh yes, guys. I've been waiting for this one for a long time, and the reason why I've been waiting for it was because I need Tottenham to show me they're the real deal. Like, I need them to show me something, and I think this is the game. I think it's Liverpool, even though they've got injuries. Jota is out until they said until February, and there was an injury as well to the defense. I think Joe Matip came off, and Henderson played centre back against Fulham, but Liverpool still play really well. They still got their style, and I think Tottenham, if you are serious contenders, you have to walk away from Anfield with something, whether if it's a point or whether if it's a win. But unfortunately, in my mind, I don't think so. And I think Tottenham are going to prove they are pretenders, and Liverpool wins this one 3-1.
Well, I was watching Mourinho's interview yesterday, and he said that we've got to show Shakes in South Africa that we are contenders, and therefore he's got to come out and do something here. So I like Tottenham in this one. I just have a gut feel, with Harry Kane and Son. I don't know. It's nothing more than a gut feel, and I think that Mourinho's going to be up for it. I'm going to pick a top. I'm going to pick. I don't know. I'm going to pick a Tottenham win, 3-1. I think that Liverpool, because I've said that Liverpool aren't going to win the Premier League this year, and I know a lot of my two fans out there oohed and awed. But I think it's Tottenham winning this game, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a gut feel with Tottenham every weekend that they're going to win, and it's usually been right, aside from then, obviously, this 82nd minute that I keep going on about this past weekend.
Your gut feel's mostly been indigestion. But.
Yeah, exactly. I know I said this game screams draw, but I feel like both sides aren't going there for a draw. Do you know what I mean? They're not like, I don't think Tottenham's going there just looking for a point. Tottenham
would be happy with a point. There's no doubt.
I think Tottenham are going there and they want to prove, like you're saying, Shakes, like this is, Liverpool's going to be their biggest game yet. If they go and knock them over, that really says something about the kind of season they've had. So I like 2-1 to Tottenham.
Oof. Wow. West Ham United versus Crystal Palace.
Yeah, you've got one striker that's been playing really well, and then you've got one really good manager, and that's essentially what's going up against each other.
Jesse, guys, would you guys believe if I told you that of West Ham's last 5 games, they've only lost 1 and won 4 games? That's incredible.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually.
Yes, that's incredible.
No. Well, look, I think Moyes has got a good fit with West Ham. He's not someone that's going to take over a big club, because big clubs have huge expectations. Whereas someone like West Ham, he's like he did with Everton, he can get in there, settle a club, and look for growth coming off a small base. So I like West Ham in this game. I think that they're going to make it 5 out of 6. I think that they've got too much for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, a bit of a one-man show. So for me, it's going to be 2-1 West Ham.
Yep, I agree with you there.
What do you think, Shakes?
West Ham.
Yeah, no, I think you're right in terms of how West Ham are with David Moyes. They just fit so well, and also they never had that never die spirit against Leicester as well. But I'm gonna go with a draw in this one. I think Zaha is capable of pulling out something out of the hat, and Eze as well wasn't too bad against Spurs as well over the weekend. So even him too, I think they are capable of pulling something out of the hat, and I think this game will end 1-1.
Okay, cool. Aston Villa versus Burnley.
This just isn't the kind of game you bet on.
This is the kind of game that Aston Villa, after the Wolves win, should be winning this one easily. But there's something about Aston Villa that just makes me feel like they're not so consistent all the time. And whereas Burnley as well, they're not consistent either. But I think I'm going to go with a surprise and say Burnley wins this game 1-0.
Yeah, I think I don't think there'll be goals. I don't think Aston Villa can back it up, like you're saying. Burnley tend to be like a scrappy side to play against. Those sort of like half-time draws, full-time, there's like one goal. So I think it's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, I like Aston Villa in this game. I think that they've got to win at home, and they've done enough for me this year to look pretty decent. I'm going to go Aston Villa 2, Burnley 0. And then the last game of this week until 2 days later, we've got Sheffield United versus Manchester United. Do we even need to talk about this? I mean, Sheffield United have got 1 point out of a possible 36.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes in at less than a 3% winning ratio. I mean, Sheffield United to take another beating by Man United for me, 3-0. 2-0, sorry.
United suck, but I think 2-0.
Yeah, there's a team that sucks more than Man United. Besides Arsenal, it's Sheffield United.
Look, I actually reckon, look, United's going to win, but how I think it's going to go is Sheffield take the lead, and halftime they're still in the lead. Second half, United score 2, make it 2-1 win.
Yeah, they have been the comeback kings this year, huh?
Yeah, the United are going to do another comeback, and Sheffield are going to take the lead early again.
Yeah. Well, I'll be throwing up another Hail Mary for an accumulator. That'll be on the screen and on my social media pages. And good luck with your selections, guys. It's let's hope that we turn the tide on this season and start. I think we've made some pretty bold predictions in this one.
Yeah. One of us gets a point, like you say.
Anyway, best of luck, and nice speaking to you guys as always.
Thanks, Kev.
Thanks, Ollie. Thanks, Shakes.
Cheers, Shakes.